In a Substack Live, Dana Thomas and I discussed our opinions on the couture presentations this week, several designer debuts, Anna Wintour's resignation as editor-in-chief of Vogue, and the wild speculations that Bezos might purchase the publication. If you would like, you may listen to the audio as a podcast for free. You can read my review of Jonathan Anderson's Dior men's debut here. I tried to break through the chaos of crazy Anna rumors by responding to 8 questions on her role change in a story. The topic of today's And Just Like That recap is Harry's personal Bergdorf Goodman shopper. This is a unique account of what it's actually like to hold that position. When Ms. Wintour announced her resignation on June 26, it seemed more like a corporate governance decision than a seismic shift that would upend the entire sector she had controlled for decades. For starters, she will continue to serve as Condé Nast's chief content officer and as the worldwide editorial director of Vogue. Her retirement was less significant than the retirement of an imperial title that was no longer as influential, editor-in-chief. In the Columbia Journalism Review, a representative emphasized this point, saying, "She is not stepping down, as many headlines have misrepresented, but instead changing focus to her 2 roles in the world." She will continue to perform at events like Vogue World and Met. Since she will have a little more time now, I assume she will also be visiting other markets more regularly. Being an iconic figure in pop culture and a rare celebrity editor-in-chief, Anna's star power increased Vogue's relevance in the content era. In a film that is still adored and generally praised almost 2 decades after its debut, how many other editors have had Meryl Streep play them? We don't really know why Anna is making this choice at this time or what the future holds for Vogue. However, as her biographer, I am able to provide some hard answers as well as well-informed speculation. Answer important queries that have been posed to me or that I have noticed circulating. If Anna is not strategic, she is nothing. It felt like legacy-shaping actions to dedicate a Met Gala to black creative talent and to speak candidly about her activism in an interview with Robin Given of The Washington Post, where she acknowledged her past transgressions. Additionally, it appeared as though the account of her retreating was prearranged. The word spread widely after she addressed her colleagues in a Thursday meeting, but the press had only a day and a half to get all worked up over it before the weekend. We're also up against the U.S. holiday of July 4th, which is when a lot of major news usually breaks since so many people are checked out. Around this same period in 1988, Anna herself took over American Vogue. Her husband, Grace Mirabella, learned about it via the press. On the first Friday of June 2023, Edward Ninful announced Vogue. Anna rarely discusses herself or her thoughts. Instead than focusing on the past or worrying about a different course she could have taken, she makes decisions and moves on. She probably hasn't explained why she came to this conclusion to many people. Make a choice now. She is 75 years old, though, and nobody can perform any task for the rest of their life, not even someone with Anna's level of enthusiasm, drive, and work ethic. The affluence that the authors have bestowed upon these characters has probably played a part in their inability to break free from their rut of ennui. Rosenblum observed that money takes a lot of conflict out of life. It also doesn't make sense that Seema, one of the city's most successful realtors, would lose her walking around money once she left her company. Rosenblum, realtors are paid on a commission basis. Furthermore, New York City isn't captured in the show as well as it once was. The crew of And Just Like That has filmed in the Upper East Side, according to Rosenblum. These sets have become a circus, she remarked, and questioned whether filming in Manhattan these days was just more difficult logistically. For whatever reason, the show no longer claims to be America's cupcake kingmaker. Not to mention the next Pastis or Manolo Blahnik, it hasn't crowned the next Magnolia Bakery. Rosenblum, who would anticipate seeing them at Carbone or Chez Fifi, said, "The Instagram food scene in New York is bigger than ever." Lastly, Rosenblum, who does not believe that Harry will be killed off by the program, pondered Carrie and the Tums. Will she be unwell? Is that the only way they can go? Find a way to accompany these individuals. Let's give them cancer, for example. I assumed it was merely product placement, but now that I'm a woman, I'm curious. The character-by-character synopsis of episode 7 is provided below. Carrie knocks on Duncan's door at the beginning of the story to tell him that his first chapter about Margaret Thatcher is thrilling, and that, I hate you. She ignores the fact that he smokes a pipe. Suddenly, she and the women are back at the bulging bakery, which is their primary hangout because, oddly, nobody works out or has a tight brown aloe yoga set for power walks in this version of New York. Carrie makes friends with Giuseppe's mother, Gia, who despises Anthony for what appears to be his looks. Miranda asks Carrie what's going on with Charlotte as they leave the bakery together. Carrie lies because she can't reveal that Harry has prostate cancer.